Hello friends, in this video we will talk about RStudio. RStudio is a widely used programming interface for R. So first, before using, we need to download RStudio from this website. But important thing to remember is that before installing RStudio, you must have installed R in your system. If your system does not have R, so first you go to the R website and download R and install, and then later on you can download RStudio and install it, because RStudio depends on R to work it. So without R, RStudio will not work. So assuming that you have already downloaded the RStudio interface, so I have installed it. So I'm opening the RStudio. So you will see that when RStudio opens, you will see different panels. Okay, so the left panel is usually called as this panel is called the source. Okay, and this panel is called the console. You can see the name here, console here, and here the name called source. So this console is the main core R engine. So this panel is very important. So this is the R part, because all the R execution happens here. Say 2 plus 2 equal to 4, x equal to 2. Okay, so I'm typing print x, it is printing me the value of x because I have assigned x equal to 2. So now you can see that I am interacting with R in the R console. So and I will come to source later on. So whatever the commands we type in our console, all the history is stored in this history tab or history panel. So we have typed all the commands here. So these two commands already have typed it, and these are the new commands. You all will be stored here. So now, as I said, already we have created an object or a variable x which stores the value 2. So x holds value 2. So the environment will display the different objects currently present in the workspace. Currently we have only one variable, that is x, so it displays only one. So let me create another variable y equal to 3. So you can see that now we have created one more variable. So if I type z equal to 5, you can see one more variable is created. So now in our workspace we have three variables x, y, z. So this environment tab will display all the objects that are currently present in the workspace. And you can see as and when I'm typing, so I have typed two more commands, so the history stores this command. Suppose you want to store this history permanently, because the problem is like when you close this R here. Okay, so when you close this R, all these history, this everything will be lost. So if you want to store this history, what you can do, you can go to this save button. You can save the history here. So let's go to a desktop and create a folder here. Let's say this is our working directory. Let's say project 1. So in this project 1, you want to store this history. Let's say history.txt. So now all this history command, whatever we have typed, this will be saved in a permanently in this file. So let me go to our desktop, and we have created this folder project 1, and here when I open, so you can see that all the history is permanently saved. So even if you have done some wrong command, those that will also be stored. So coming to other tabs here, you can see. So first we'll explore the plots command. So if you whatever plots whatever the plots you visualize, so those plots will come or projected here or will be displayed in this plot command. You can also save these images as a save as image like that. Let's say my image like that, you can save it. So this image will be saved. Okay, so now coming to the help tab. So you can, if you in R any documentation you want to get help, you can type question mark and type what you want. Suppose in this example I want to know more about mean. Okay, I don't know, so I want to look at the documentation. So when I type question mark and mean, the help panel or help, this tab will get activated and all the help will come. So again in this help panel, there is a home button is there. You should go there. So you can see all the R documentation would be available here. So there are many information, internal R documents are there. But the most important thing is this manual called an introduction to R. So when you click it here, you will see that this is the main R core documentation. So you can see many important documents like vectors, matrix, and arrays. Everything is there about the core documentation. This is a very well documented document is there that you can read it and you can also explore it. Okay, so coming to we have seen the plots, we have seen the help, and there is a packages tab is there. So this will list all the inbuilt as well as externally installed packages available in R. Okay, so now we have seen different types of panel. So the next important thing is the source. So when you are working, this interactively you will play around in the console, and let's say whatever you finalize that, okay, the code is saved here. Okay, so for example, let's say I type x equal to 2 and y equal to 3, and let's say z equal to x plus y. So now let's say this is my final code. Okay, and since, as I said, because when you close R, everything in the console, everything in the history will lost, so you need to store this code, the final code, in a file. So you can type Control S to store it. Let's say we go to desktop and we create project 1, and this, let's say, my code.r. So .r means this is the R extension. R will understand that this is an R code. So whenever you want to save a code, you can save in .r form. Okay, so next important thing, like some shortcut also you can remember, like when you press Control 1, I am pressing Control 1, your cursor or your focus moves to the source. When you press Control 2, your focus moves to the console. When you press Control 3, it will move to the help. So you don't have to remember this, because in the view button you can see the shortcut, but always remember Control 1 and 2. 1 is the source and 2 is your console. So this way you can navigate from source to console easily. Okay, another very important shortcut, Control L. Control L is like clear this. That means the screen is clear, but all the history are obviously saved in the history thing. Okay, so now next important thing you need to remember is that you can also copy the code present in the source and you can execute it. Suppose let's say this is my code present in my file mycode.r permanently, and I want to execute them. So I selected this 3 line and I press run here, which is Control and enter. So either you press Control or enter, or you press run. So what will happen, all the commands that is listed here all will be executed here in the console. So this way, if your code is permanently stored here, and you can execute it over here. Okay. Okay, last important thing about the RStudio interface is like the working directory. So because whenever we work, we need to know where our current working directory is there. So there is a function or command called getwd. You should call it function, and you should put parenthesis here. So this will return where is my current working directory. So it says that I am present in my home directory. So if you want to change, okay, you should better change your working directory. Go to this session, then set your working directory, then go to choose the directory. So let's say I want to set my working directory to the project 1 folder that I had created. So now what will happen? So now you see that there is a set wd command will be executed. You don't have to remember this right now. So set wd, this command will now set my working directory to project 1. So now what I'll do, I'll also type my older command. Okay, older command here. So getwd. So now you see that my working directory was there here. Now the working directory is changed to project 1. Okay, so now whatever commands, for example, let's say I'm typing plot 5 to 100. Okay, so this is my plot, and if I want to save this plot, okay, I'm just saving this image. So let's say image.png. okay, so this will be now saved in my working directory. Okay, okay, I think we have to save the image. You have to choose the working directory here. By default it was there, so you can choose the working directory. Let's say in project 1. So here I want to store the image, so let's say rplot only. So then you can see that the plot will come here, r.png. okay, so that way also we can export the png file. Okay, so another important thing, like you can use the I'm using my upper end keys to navigate through my history command. This is same as Linux terminal you use. All the previous command can be browsed through the arrow, upper and lower arrow mark. So now if you can see, we have talked about this different interface, this different shortcuts we have seen, and the code, how to navigate from source to console. So this is the final summary of all our today's lecture. So we saw very important thing like how to set working directory and how to copy the code from source and execute in a console, and different shortcuts, control 1 2 3. We saw the different history, how to save the history, and whenever you type a plot, we have exported the plot and save the file in a in the R interface. We saw that, and we talked about how to navigate the help image, help panel. Also we saw different packages listed in the packages tab, and we talked about save workspace. Okay, so I think I have missed that, so let me clear that. So whenever you close R, so it will ask you, when quit R session, so it will ask you whether you save the workspace image in this the working directory. So when you say save the working image, so this entire information or the snapshot of the R interface will be saved in this folder, and later on when you open it, so you can directly load workspace. You can create load workspace, and then you can choose that image file .r data to load the workspace. So this closes finishes our topic. So in the next upcoming video we will talk about different components of R. So like you have different components like data import, data structures, data manipulation, data visualization, how to do statistical analysis and exporting. So this is a typically data analysis workflow. So we have different R components. We will be going through each and every component in upcoming videos. So I thank you everyone. So I hope you liked this video, and maybe this video might be useful to you. So if you like the video, so please press on the like button and subscribe to our channel to get notified for the upcoming videos. So I thank you all.